After World War II ended, superheroes fell out of popularity, which led to the cancellation of many characters, including the Justice Society, which last appeared in All-Star Comics number 57 in 1951. A few years later, sales rose again, and DC Comics revived some of these retired characters, reinventing a few of them in the process. Editor Julius Schwartz asked writer Gardner Fox to reintroduce the Justice Society of America. Schwartz decided to rename it the Justice League of America because he felt League would appeal better to young readers, evoking sports organizations such as the National League. In this episode of Tony's Comic Spotlight, we will shine the spotlight on The Brave and the Bold number 28, featuring the first appearance of the Justice League of America. As our story opens, while swimming in the Atlantic Ocean, Aquaman comes upon Peter the pufferfish, who tells him about a strange alien menace. He witnessed a gigantic creature named Starro land in the sea and used its powers to transform 3 starfish into oversized monsters that resemble Starro itself. Aquaman decides to call an emergency meeting of the Justice League of America and activates the communicator contained within his A-belt. Wonder Woman is the first to receive the signal and cuts short her date with Steve Trevor to respond to the call. She pilots her invisible robot plane to the Justice League's cavern headquarters. Superman is the next to receive the signal, but he is too busy in outer space smashing meteors that threaten to enter Earth's atmosphere. Likewise, Batman receives the distress call, but a crime wave in Gotham City prevents him from responding. Green Lantern is test flying a jet fighter, but sets it on autopilot, then flies off for the meeting. The Flash, meanwhile, disrupts a powerful tornado and then speeds away in response to the call. Fortunately, it is easy for Detective John Jones to excuse himself, as the police chief tells him that he has earned himself some much-needed vacation time. John hears a signal with his Martian hearing and flies off. At Justice League headquarters, Aquaman tells the assembled team that he has learned of Starro. The Flash, as acting chairman of the League, delegates orders to each League member and gives them the locations of each of the Starro agent sightings. Green Lantern is to patrol Rocky Mountain National Park, while Wonder Woman and the Martian Manhunter investigate a sighting at Science City. Aquaman is to patrol the ocean depths, while the Flash himself will investigate a Starro's presence in Happy Harbor, Rhode Island. Green Lantern changes his ring and begins patrolling the skies over the Rocky Mountains. He sees one of the Starro agents flying through the air to attack an Air Force jet bomber. The crew of the bomber fights back, but Starro is invulnerable to the jet's machine guns. The creature's tentacles snake inside and steal one of the atomic missiles from the bomb bay. The plane dives into a tailspin, and Green Lantern uses his ring to set it down safely. When he turns his attention back towards the Starro, he sees to his horror that the monster has detonated the atomic missile. Hal quickly envelops himself in a protective bubble and begins firing blasts of energy at the Starro's thorax. After several well-placed hits, the creature weakens and reverts to its normal state. In Science City, Wonder Woman and the Martian Manhunter arrive just in time to find another Starro spore attacking the Hall of Science. The Starro wraps its huge body around the entire building, picks it up off the ground, and begins flying through the sky with it. During its flight, the creature uses its mental powers to absorb the accumulated scientific knowledge of everyone in the building, and the scientists inside are placed into a state of suspended animation. Wonder Woman stands on the wing of her robot plane and ensnares the edge of the building with her magic lasso. The Martian Manhunter makes use of falling meteor rocks, those that Superman missed, and uses his Martian breath to blow them at Starro. The attack is mildly successful, but it also ignites a fire on the exterior of the building. The Manhunter then uses his breath to create a suction that draws in nearby rain clouds. The rainfall succeeds in dousing the flames. Starro, however, concentrates his attack on Wonder Woman. Having absorbed atomic power from its fallen cousin, it generates blasts of energy from each of its tentacles. Wonder Woman deflects the blast with her Amazonian bracelets, and the Manhunter uses a piece of lead roof plating to protect himself. With the lasso still fastened to the building, Wonder Woman ties the other end of her plane and manages to jerk the Hall of Science free from Starro's grasp. She sets it safely upon the ground, then resumes the fight with Starro. After several intense minutes, Starro finally weakens from the assault and collapses down onto the earth. It returns to the state of an ordinary starfish. Like the other spore, this Starro's knowledge and power transfers to its third partner. In Happy Harbor, Rhode Island, the Flash investigates the sighting of the third Starro agent. This one is using his powers to mentally control the town's populace. The Flash finds the one civilian who appears to be unaffected by the hypnotic attack, Snapper Carr. Snapper is the midst of sprinkling lime on his front lawn when he sees his family wander away from the house in a daze. They join with several other expressionless people who begin slowly walking towards Starro. Starro notices the Flash's presence and begins blasting at him with his energy attack, but the Flash is too fast for him. By encircling the creature at super speed, he manages to trap it inside a vortex and propel him out to sea. He then begins drumming his feet on the shoreline at super speed, causing the water around Starro to part. When he stops, the water crashes back down on top of it, rendering the creature unconscious. With Starro inert, the townspeople regain control of their senses. The original Starro absorbs the knowledge and power of its defeated underlings and glides towards nearby Turkey Hollow. The Flash radios the rest of the League, who gather together for the final showdown. With all of its accumulated power, Starro plans on taking control of the entire. Starro learns of Green Lantern's weakness against the color yellow and changes its own color so that it will be invulnerable to Green Lantern's power ring attacks. Flash is still curious as to why Snapper Carr was impervious to Starro's mental control. With Green Lantern's help, he learns that the lime covering Snapper's clothes was proof against the alien's power. Armed with a means for combating the monster, the Justice League gather up several barrels of lime, and Green Lantern uses his ring to sprinkle it all across Starro's body. The lime hardens around him, imprisoning Starro with a hard white shell. Grateful for unintentionally providing them with the means to defeat Starro, the Justice League makes Snapper Carr an honorary member of the team, as our story ends. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight into The Brave and the Bold number 28, featuring the first appearance of the Justice League. I tried to find some trivia for the issue, or something leading up to the creation of the issue, but I really couldn't find anything except for basic knowledge that was featured in the comic itself. I will point out one thing that's kind of more like trivia for me. It's just my speculation that if they hadn't created the Justice League, then that guy that was working for him wouldn't have played golf with Martin Goodwin and bragged about the success of the Justice League, and then Martin wouldn't have went back to Marvel Comics and had Stan create the Fantastic Four, which led to the Marvel Silver Age of Comics. So in a way, loosely, they were responsible for creating their own competition. If you're enjoying the content, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it. And this Sunday, I will be picking the winner for my 100 subscriber giveaway. You have until 2 p.m. this Sunday, March 12th, to find the video and follow the prompts in the video to be eligible for the contest. I will post the link to the video in the description below. I want to take a moment to thank everybody for being a part of the channel. It really does mean a lot. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos, whether it's 5 seconds or the full watch. I appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. And I'm going to post some links down in the description of some other YouTube channels that I think you should give a watch and a subscribe to, because they work really hard to make excellent content. They do a great job all the time, so I think you should give them a sub as well. And coming up next week, I'm going to hopefully do some kind of unboxing on Tuesday. If not, I'll do a top 10. I will try to have the next spotlight out on Thursday. I know this one's late. I had a lot of things going on, but I will try to get that one out by Thursday. Wednesday, I may actually do my new comic book day spotlight for next week on Wednesday. And next weekend, I'm going to see a friend of mine in Conway, and I get to go visit the Batcave in Conway, so I may make a video of that as well. So until next time, take care. God bless. See you.